of 72.5. So we see the start list. Lane 1 is Canada, Lane 2 Denmark, Lane 3 Ireland, Lane 4 Belgium, Lane 5 New Zealand, and Lane 6 Poland.
So there's the Lido filling up a bit as we look at Max Latimer and Patrick Keane. Latimer is on the left of your picture, Keane on the left, both men from the west of Canada. Coached by Dick Tonks, the Kiwi, who's gone over to work with Canada. This is a fantastic crew. Alex Modest, closest to you, furthest away, Emil Espersen, the 26-year-old, the Danes putting together a great combination. The two most famous men possibly in world rowing, Paul O'Donovan and his brother Gary, up in the bows. The Irish Olympic silver medalists have really never looked back since that incredible performance. Niels van Vaga in the stroke seat, behind him Tim Brees from Belgium. They have had a fantastic season, and these two Kiwis have been right in there in the finals. Matt Dunham closest to you, Ben van Dalen furthest away, both men from Waikato in the North Island of New Zealand. Poles, they won the World Cup in Belgrade. Milos Jankowski, he's closest to you. Tall man, 28 years of age, Jerzy Kowalski in the bow seat. Similarly, just 1.83 meters. And, well, I think they'll like Lane 6. Had a great row in the semi. And we're focusing on
Denmark,
the Belgians there.
Ireland,
in the centre
Belgium,
lanes, who are leading the World
New
Cup.
Zealand,
the Irish have raced
Poland,
already once in Belgrade. They didn't race in Linz.
And they're away in the lightweight men's double sculls. Big start there from Lane 4 from the Belgians. They are the World Cup point leaders coming into this race, as we see a little look across from Tim Bryce in the bow seat there. He's looking across to get a check on the O'Donovans off to their right-hand side from Ireland. The two heat winners, the two semi-final winners here in the middle of the course, Lane 3 Ireland and Lane 4 Belgium.
A Belgian combination coached by Dominique Bassonet, the Frenchman who took Jean-Christophe Hollande and Michel Andrieux to Olympic gold in Sydney in 2000, now working in Belgium. But a great start from the Danes. We're looking with the Belgian crew there. But at the top of your picture is the Danes, who are the fastest moving crew, Espersen and Modest. And this is another example of the Danes crafting a crew. They take a long time. They don't have so many rowers, just 200 active rowers in Denmark. But, of course, such a rich heritage in this event. Denmark, of course, winning the Olympic title in lightweight men's double sculls in 2012, beating Great Britain in that fantastic race. And Emil Espersen and Alex Modest, two men who have really come together and made this boat fly.
As we see on screen there, it is the O'Donovans, Gary and Paul, the brothers who became famous after the Rio 2016 Olympic Games, winning their silver medal, and their post-race interview, more notably, getting them notoriety. But they've been out in Australia and New Zealand over the domestic season there, competing over the European winter. And we saw them at Henley recently as well, so they've been popping up everywhere. But on screen there, it is the crew from Denmark in Lane 2, currently sitting in the lead, leading the field through the 500-metre mark.
Yeah, Denmark have a 0.6 second lead over Belgium. They have a 0.1 lead in turn over the Irish, but the Irish are moving sweetly through, and their coach Dominic Casey is going to be loving this. We don't normally see the Irish until the second half of the race, but they're going to be going through into the lead. And what a marvellous second quarter from the Irish from Skibbereen Rowing Club. That's their stern. There's the Danes who led out. Alex Modest on the left of your picture with that white cap, the 23-year-old. It's a young crew. Emil Espersen, 26. Kiwis there, Matthew Dunham took that marvellous win at Henley last year in the Diamond Sculls, 23 years of age. Ben van Dalen, just 22 years of age. But this is another young crew, Sarah.
That's right, the O'Donovans on screen. 2 years separating them. Paul O'Donovan, the younger of the two in the stroke seat, 24 years of age. Gary O'Donovan in the bow seat, 26 years of age. As we said, winning their heat and their semi to come through.
Sorry, Sarah, they had to settle for a bronze medal in Lucerne behind the Poles who won on that occasion. Poles look to be a bit out of it at the moment, but I think really they were just a little bit brutal with the boat. I think they've softened their approach that time since the Lids World Cup. Really, they've used the training time to their advantage. A lot sweeter on the front end now, and that's why that boat is running on more. It's got more fluidity to it, and that's why they're in front.
So another close race here as they come through the 1,000-metre mark. It is Ireland in the lead. Belgium sitting just about a length down of their stern, as are the Danes, these three crews. Well, in fact, not even a length. They've got probably half a length lead now. The O'Donovans, they're going to have to hold it together, throwing up a little bit of water there at the finish. They'll need to stay composed as these crews start to bear down on them as we move into the all-important second half of the race.
Big shouts for the Irish and the Kiwis as they go through that area where the coaches, all you can see the boat park. It's where the course comes closest to the land. And the camera just tracking through the Kiwis to the Danes, challenging for that bronze medal over there in lane 1.
You see that really interesting way of rowing there, the bowman in the Danish crew, Emil Espersen, with the bent arms. It's not something you see very often.
Yeah, just catches it in his lat muscles, really. And that's why he can row. He's a great Catherine Boron. Also, she used to row with a little bent arm, but really took it in her lat muscle, which was allowed her to use the power of her legs effectively. The Irish right out in front, they know they have to be. They've got two crews who aren't here, the Italians of Oppo and Ruta and the Norwegians of Brun and Strandley, who are challengers to the Irish this year. So a win here is essential for this combination from Skibbereen.
Yeah, that's a big push there from the Irish. We sort of didn't really get to see that. But they pushed themselves out to about a length over the Belgians, and the Belgians are now starting to shake clear the Danish crew. So it is starting to separate out here. They look like they're under challenge, but they've really responded nicely as they're coming down towards the last 500 metres.
So the fastest moving boat is the Irish. The Danes have picked up speed. Canada moving up too on that lane 1. Poland haven't quite seen the charge from the two-tool poles. There you can see from our drone shot. Top of your picture, Canada, then Denmark, then the Irish leading, closely pressured by Brice and Van Zwager. The two Belgians, they are having a fantastic last quarter. New Zealand out of it, Poland too. The race action all on that far side.
Yeah, as we can see in the lead here, it is the Irish. Off to their left-hand side, the Belgians. As you said, New Zealand out of it, which is a bit of a surprise. Matt Dunham, well, we know James Lash, we saw him in the single yesterday, so he was too heavy for the trials and was unable to trial in the double. So he's someone that we might see come back and trial for the New Zealand crew. But it is out in the lead. It is the Irish. They've got half a length. The Belgians, they look across. They're mounting a sprint here as they come past the crowd.
There is time as we take a look at Paul O'Donovan in the stroke seat of the Irish double, the 24-year-old who took the world lightweight singles title this year under extreme pressure. The Belgians are coming, every single stroke. I think the Irish will just have enough, maybe 2 metres of a lead. The Irish hang on to take the title of the lightweight men's double sculls ahead of Belgium. A great finish from the two Belgians. Denmark just hang on to the bronze from a challenge on that far side from Keenan Latimer from Canada, who have to be content with 4th. But a different race from the Irish. They were really out quick through the 500 metres. We don't normally see that. Just shows what their training in Australia and New Zealand has done for them this summer. Their summer back gone, and they needed that speed to beat these two men from Belgium. Tim Brice on the right of your picture, Niels van Zwager on the left. And again, we talked about this Danish double of Espersen and Modest. Really done ever so well, the Danes, to craft another fantastic lightweight men's double. Again, if you're watching this, Stefano Oppo and Pietro Ruta, we hope you're enjoying the presentation from World Rowing Productions, and we know you had a great win in Linz, but you're going to have some fantastic opposition at the Europeans, I guess, and at the Worlds from the doubles who took gold, silver and bronze here. That is the Belgian sprint for the line, the shamrock on the Irish blades. So much experience these boys have got. As the crews recover and head off to the grandstand to get some fluid.
We'll move in a moment to the medal presentation of the lightweight women's double sculls. So we get a great shot down the course there of the rots there. The results there from the race we've just seen. The O'Donovans from Ireland, 6:28.50, taking the gold medal.